Well, for me it's Friday. For you guys it's Tuesday. I've just cracked open a Desperados, right? And today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So today I thought I would do a Q&A on what it's like to be a YouTuber and like stuff I use and my opinions on the community and sponsorships and all that jazz. So I took to Twitter and I asked you guys to ask me some questions because I get a lot of questions regarding YouTube a lot of the time, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna answer these questions that people wanna know, so why not? Right, okay, here we go. What recent camera setup do you have? I'm using a 700D Canon camera right now with the Sigma 18 to 35mm lens with the f-stop of 1.8. I use a Canon G5X for my vlogs, which has got a flip out screen, super amazing. And I use two soft boxes, which are here right now, which you can't really go wrong with. And I use a MacBook Air and a desktop Mac. What's the most rewarding thing about being a YouTuber? P.S. I love you so much. Well, I love you too, thank you so much. Okay, the most rewarding thing about being a YouTuber is probably like the community that has been created from my channel. I love the fact that I can go on my videos and see the same people commenting all the time, showing their support and their love, and I love that. I feel like I've got like loads of friends. It's weird because it's very one-sided, like you guys all know me but I don't know you, but I just feel like, yeah, I've got like this crowd behind me and it's so bloody nice. I know the market is so big / oversaturated. Is it still worth starting a channel if you feel you have something new to bring? I definitely think if you've got something new to offer, then fucking come along and do it, because it is oversaturated. There are so many people doing the same thing and it's kind of a bit yawn worthy. I can't really talk because a lot of the stuff that I do is like the same as what other beauty and fashion vloggers do, but so I'm a bit of a hypocrite for saying that. But yeah, if you want to come along and do something new, then come along and do something new, because I'm dying to watch something new. What is your opinion on YouTuber book deals? I really don't have a problem with it. If you want to make a book, make a fucking book. I do have a problem, however, with making a book because for the sake of making a book. Like, if you're gonna make a book and it have like a really strong meaning and like purpose, i.e. you're into baking or you're into health and fitness or you're really strong about style or you've got a lot of knowledge on beauty, like genuine knowledge on beauty, then feel free to make a book. But I do feel like there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of people making books, let's just say that. I don't know if it's always necessary. Do you ever fall into a slump where you struggle for video ideas or just don't want to make them? How do you get out of it? All the time. Like I feel, I'm gonna get a bit deep with you now. I'm in a bit of a slump at the moment because I feel bad. I feel like I have nothing to offer. When I started YouTube, I was doing hair dyeing tutorials because I suppose that's the way I got into it. I didn't set out to be a YouTuber, I just happened to put a hair dyeing tutorial on the YouTube channel because people kept asking me how I dye my hair. So I thought, oh, I'll just make a video and people can watch it. And then it spiraled from there because that got a lot of views and people wanted me to make more videos. So I was like, what do you want me to make videos on? So I did more hair, started to do fashion, started to do makeup because that's what people wanted to see. So now I've done so much of that and I'm now in a position where I feel like, okay, so what do? I make hauls, I do makeup tutorials, I do hair stuff, and it's just a repeat. Like I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now and it's the same thing over and over again, and I just kind of feel a bit bad. Like I feel like I've got nothing to offer the world apart from showing people what I bought the other day. Like I feel like it's awesome that that's my job, and you know, it's cool that I can say, yeah, I make YouTube videos on shopping and hair and fashion and stuff, but I also feel bad that I've got nothing to give the world. Like, I'm not benefiting anybody, I'm not saving lives, I don't have like a skill, I'm not like a professional in something where I'm just sharing my profession with you guys. Like, I just feel a bit meh, and I suppose I'm in a slump in the sense that I don't know what to make because I feel bad about making it. So I don't know, it's just weird. But if I have a particularly good day, I'll feel really creative. I'll watch other YouTube videos or I'll just watch things to get inspired, and then I'll have a good creative day. But generally, yeah, I mean, that's how I feel at the moment in general. But if I'm having a really slumpy day, I think I'll just wait it out, and then I'll be like, come on, man, let's fucking get our shit together and make some stuff. Is the different group of friendships with the YouTube community hard to deal with? Is it frustrating how some people aren't friends? Well, I don't really get involved with the people that aren't friends. Like, they can do what they want. I do think it's a bit strange when people are so public about their fallout. They're shady or they make indirects. Like, that's fucking lame. There's definitely cliques in the YouTube community. I don't have a problem with that. Like, be friends with who you want to be friends with. A lot of it depends on where you live. Like, a lot of the YouTube friendship cliques are based in London because that's where everybody lives. However, I live in Norwich, so I'm not really part of that because I don't live there. I have no problem in that at all, but you know, I'm friends with a lot of YouTuber people. Like, I wouldn't say close friends, but I know everyone. I've met everyone, and everyone seems, you know, nice, alright. I want to hang out with people more. I'd love to be able to just go down and visit and say hi, but you know. Thoughts on sponsored videos and YouTubers getting hate for doing them. Have you received hate because of a sponsor? Well, yeah, I've got my fair share of hate for doing sponsored videos, and I mean, I personally obviously don't have a problem with it, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Obviously, it's got to be genuine and it's got to be something that you're excited about. You know, there's been times where I've been offered work which I've been like, nah. I tend to do things that when initially I hear about it, I'm like, that sounds so cool, I'd love to. I think it is unnecessary, the amount of hate, but I can understand why people might get frustrated by it because it feels like it's, oh, hashtag sponsored. It's not genuine because you know someone's being paid to say it, but you gotta think of it in the respect that, say for example, Topshop came to you and said, hey babe, we want to like send you some clothes and we want you to post pictures and a video of you wearing them, and we're also going to give you some money. Because of the law, you have to say that we've paid you. I don't think that makes it disgenuine. It's a really fucking good opportunity if you ask me, and I think sponsored stuff only is a representation of how far you've come because people, like companies, are trusting you to work for them. It just shows that you've done a good job and that people like you. So if anything, it's just a mark of, you know, success. So I don't have a problem with sponsored stuff. And also another factor is YouTube revenue, like from views, is hard to make money from. Like, you have to get so many views to get a decent monthly wage, like a normal monthly wage, and it's hard work. It can be so hard at times. So it doesn't help with, you know, sometimes videos not going on the sub box, people just not seeing it. So sometimes when you really are relying on your views to make a living, when a sponsored video comes along, it's so handy just to be like, oh, you can breathe a bit and not worry too much. This question is interesting. And I think this may answer a few other questions about starting up a YouTube channel. So, what sort of videos would you recommend to start your YouTube channel up? Is there anything to avoid or definitely do? My opinion on this might be slightly controversial and you might not agree with me, but it's just the way I feel about it, right? So, I don't think people should ask how to become a YouTuber or like want to become a YouTuber as like a career choice. My niece came to me once and said that she wanted to become a YouTuber, and I asked her, what are you gonna make videos on? And she said, I don't know. The reason being is because I feel like YouTube is a platform that you use to share your interests. Like, it's a video uploading platform and you use it as a medium. So I originally started YouTubing, well, the first time around was because I wanted to share how I got my hair this color. So I used YouTube to share the video on. If you have a particular hobby or an interest and you want to explore that and share your interest, then by all means, make a YouTube channel to obviously share, yeah, like what you're interested in doing. Don't go into it like, I want to be a YouTuber, what could I YouTube? Because that's the totally wrong way around it. Like, I understand that YouTube as a whole has become such a huge thing now, and like, it is like TV. But I think that if you want to have a really good and successful YouTube channel, you're going to have a purpose for it. You need a reason to be making that channel. So you're asking me on what kind of videos should you make? Make videos about shit that you like and you enjoy and that you're passionate about and that you can actually make decent content on because, you know, you're into it. What's your process of coming up with video ideas? I'm starting out, but finding it difficult coming up with original content. So there's always gonna be a case of like things not being that original. You know, shopping hauls, they're not really original. You're just showing people what you buy. There's ways of filming things that make it original. So I like to experiment sometimes with the way I do hauls or lookbooks or certain types of videos. So that will make it original, I suppose. But what makes things truly original is your personality. The way you're going to sell yourself on YouTube is by being interesting, by being likable, and by people just falling in love with your personality, and it's going to make them want to come back to see you. So for example, without tooting my own who, I don't really fucking know. I didn't know that much about hair. I didn't know that much about beauty or fashion. I was sort of like it snowballed. I was it was a hoax. Like I was like, okay, oh, if you want me to make more videos, I will. And for me, I feel like it was my personality that got me like where I am, I suppose. I wasn't a fashion person at all, or a beauty person, or even a hair person, really. It was just more of a hobby. And, you know, I was a film person. I was doing film and I was a musician. And so I was making videos on things that I kind of have an interest in, my personal style. You just be original by being yourself. What is it that you like the most and least about being a YouTuber? So I love it because my life is essentially my job. I love that. That's amazing. I don't go to work. I have no one to listen to. I have no one to tell me what to do, apart from my manager at times when I'm doing particular things. But generally, I don't have a boss. I don't have someone to say, no, you're late for work or whatever. That's fucking great. The downside is the same reason. My life is my job. So my life is my job. So I don't get a day off. Like, it's a constant thing. And sometimes I wish I could just switch off, turn off, and that'd be it. And that I can just settle. But even when I try to do that, I just can't switch off. And I think that's annoying. Like, when you have a normal 9-to-5 job, or just a job where you're working for somebody else, when you go home, that's it. You switch off, you time. Your job is back at work. It can be quite daunting and quite a lot of pressure at times to know that you are this thing, you are this brand, and you're constantly being judged, and you're constantly having people telling you what to do or how, like, it's just a lot of pressure. But I still fucking love it. It's still amazing. How do you cope with negativity, and was it hard being yourself in front of the camera? So at first it was kind of hard being myself in front of the camera. Like, I was a bit stiff, I suppose, because I wasn't taking it that seriously, and I was just like, hello, this is how you dye your hair. But you know, you ease into it. Like, right now, I feel like I'm talking to you guys right now. I literally feel like I'm talking to you. Hello. I'm looking at my camera, I'm looking at this big black thing, but I'm like, actually, I feel like I'm talking to a person. Negativity is, you know, some days I'm like, fuck you, come at me, bruh, you know, and I'll give a witty response, or I'll try and outsmart them. I don't know, depends how feisty I'm feeling. I generally have a no bullshit attitude, or I will ignore it and shake it off and be like, whatever, because some things aren't worth responding to because they're just so fucking dumb. And other times I will get really upset, because if I'm myself, I'm not dealing with life that well, or I'm hormonal, I will find it hard to deal with hate because I just don't have the mental capacity to deal with it. Depends what kind of day or how I'm feeling. I definitely should not reply to YouTube comments when I'm drunk. I've done that before and I've looked like a total tit. I'm like, you fucking cunt me, come at me, you fucking dickhead, I'll smash your brains in. Or I'm like, I love you so much. Ooh. Has there been a sponsorship deal you've turned down and regretted? If so, what was it? Well, I haven't turned anything down and regretted it. I've had it where I've been dropped like literally the day before I was supposed to go and do something, and I was so upset. I'm not gonna say who it was, but I was so upset about it, and it was over the most stupid thing. Yeah, I was pretty upset about that. Matthew bought me a bottle of rum and some flowers, and I just sort of drank my sorrows away. Are people in the community really as friendly as they make out? Most people are lovely and really nice and a total laugh, and yeah, I get on really well with them, even though I don't personally hang out with them like day to day. When I see YouTubers, the British YouTubers, I'm like, yo! Some people are total fucking social idiots. They have this weird aura where you just know they're more important than you, and you're just like, just fuck off. Got no time for that shit. Like, I've had it where I'm talking to someone who's friends with someone else, and that person that they're friends with just doesn't make eye contact with you, it just doesn't speak to you, or doesn't engage. They're just like, I'm too good to be talking to this person who I don't know. And I'm like, get a fucking grip, man. But apart from that, everybody is really nice. Most people are really, really nice. What editing software do you use, and what's best for someone who's new to it? Well, I use Final Cut Pro 10, and it's actually really, really easy to use. For my filters and overlays, which people are so desperate to know about because I get this asked all the time, I use a thing, I'll put the link to it in the description. There's a website called Pixel Film Studios, and you can download like text effects, transitions, overlays, effects, pretty much anything. They're all preset made and they're all really good. And I use a filter preset called LUT Film, and it's got loads of different filters which you can tweak yourself, and I basically drag and drop them onto the timeline, boom. Done. Do you feel pressured to keep up with fashion beauty trends to keep subscribers interested? I don't actually, because I'm more about personal style and what interests me, and I suppose the people that are subscribed to me are, I guess and I hope, interested in that as well. I would never try to be on trend to keep subscribers or get new subscribers. My mentality is if they like me, they'll subscribe. Do you find it difficult to sometimes work with companies? Do they allow you full creative control over sponsored videos? Well, this is very varied. So sometimes you'll work with a brand and they'll be like, do what you want, it's awesome, like, and you're like, yeah, free reign. They completely trust you. They already love what you do, so that's why they obviously came to you in the first place. Some brands are just like, yeah, do what the fuck you want, and it's cool. Some brands have got like certain things that they need to do themselves, like they've got targets, they've got an idea of what they want to get out of the collaboration, because obviously they're paying me to do something, they need to make it worth their money. So I have to be like, okay, I can do that or I can't do that. So it's really dependent. If some things are like ridiculous, I'll be like, no. But you've got to, it's kind of, yeah, it's compromise and it's responsibility. It's learning how to work as a team in a way. Where do you get the songs for your videos? I use a website called Epidemic Sound. It's a monthly subscription site for royalty-free music, and you pay the amount you pay, it depends on how many views you get per month. Here was the first YouTuber you can ever watch, subscribe to, if you can remember. The person that I love the most is this guy called Clateur. Okay, his most famous video nowadays is the dog, maple bacon. But when I was at college, I would be in tears of laughter. Like, I would always watch his videos when I felt sad. What was it? Mouse Street. Welcome to Canada. Have a nice day. Like, he was so good. Like, he was my favorite. He still is my favorite. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and that was insightful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.